Coming up to the stage first to set this whole shit off.
Let the show begin. All systems go. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for listening. Spawn Tigger. And I do this all for hip hop. I'm lying like shit. I do this shit for my goddamn mortgage, nigga. For my bills. Fuck am I fooling? New tickle. Hey yo, stand clear. You are not a man if you cannot stand here.
Alright, how's everybody doing? We got another installment of Barbershop Sports Talk here at Strictly Platinum in Marietta, Georgia. I got your host Sylvester Dio and my panel Raphael, Bebe. Today's topic, as y'all can see, and pigskin out, is the NFL. Last time we talked, there was a lockout, and since then it's been lifted. Games, I think they're in week 4, if I'm correct. And I guess we're going to just talk about, I'm sure everybody is just happy with the league actually going forward. And is there any surprises thus far? But for me personally, I wasn't really counting on Oakland doing what they're doing, and especially Buffalo. I'm actually paying attention now that I saw Buffalo win last week, beating New England, and that just was an eye-opener to me. And shout out to the Cowboys. We got a lot of Cowboy fans worldwide, and they're doing their thing. They took that tough first loss, but since then they pulled out 2 tough wins. And I think the season's on track. You got little things here and there, hiccups like Michael Vick complaining about these calls. I think he gets a tough rap at times, but I think the hits he's taking are no different than any other quarterback in the league. So far to me, these first 4 weeks of the NFL season have been good. I don't really follow football like that. I've always liked it, but this is my first time actually paying close attention to it, and I see why why they are fanatics. And now let me ask you two guys. So as far as what's been going on just for these first couple weeks, have y'all been surprised by anything?
It's early, so pretty much the teams that are doing well, you kind of expect them to do well. I guess my number one surprise would be Indianapolis. First off, the way they handled the whole Peyton Manning thing as far as like the surgery, waiting so late into the preseason to when he did have the surgery, and then the fact that the team didn't have no one to step in his place, and then you go out and get Kerry Collins, paying him $4 million and don't even know how this dude looks on the field. Mm-hmm. And, when you got, like Reggie Wayne said, you got Painter there who's already in the system, knows the system, and, pretty much plug and play until maybe Peyton comes back and you find out the injury is more than what it really is, or what you thought it was or whatever. And now he's, talking about not playing this whole season. So what really would be a surprise if it's almost career ending. You know what I'm saying? Because, they have the whole genetic thing with their family, with the necks and all of that. So, I mean, the fact that cell or whatever wasn't generating the way they thought it was going to generate, it could be prolonged until next season. So now you're talking about, they're saying he's worth like $300 million to their organization or whatever. So that would be a big blow if Peyton Manning is not able to become the same Peyton Manning he was when he comes back, if he comes back, and then how the team performs without him is just like night and day.
It just showed.
Yeah, it
look terrible.
I've never seen someone, no matter what position, be that valuable to a whole organization as Peyton Manning is to the Colts right now.
And I think anybody, especially I could say myself, who doesn't follow football as closely, you can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, Indianapolis has always been a team that's one of the upper echelons in the NFL. And they just look, they're the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people say, Peyton Manning's gone, but he never played defense, special teams, kicked, none of that. And all of them are looking terrible, So, I mean, they're out there missing tackles. Just O-line is terrible now. Just everything fell apart. So, but I do think Painter coming in and being a starter will give them a little bit more stability as far as like how their offense runs and stuff. So I think that'll help them out more than the Kerry Collins project, because that was just terrible.
So, baby, how you feel about NFL so far? Any surprise?
As far as the NFL as a whole, I think because of the lockout, that this, to me, is the most anticipated season because of the lockout.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the basketball season. It's a lot of off-season trades, a lot of teams winning that you never thought would be winning. So far the season to me has been exciting as far as seeing good teams lose and seeing bad teams win. For example, Detroit Lions, for example, Buffalo Bills upsetting New England. And as far as the off-season, as far as being a lot, it gave the opportunity for us to see who took the time out during the off-season, who really went and worked out on their own and did it stuff on their own instead of being forced to do it because it's training camp, blah, 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 blah. But as far as, and that's another key result to the weaker teams being better, I think the weaker teams are being better now because of the lockout. Like the more teams who have more of a complex offense and defense didn't have as much time as a whole team to I guess to get the chemistry together. For example, Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles to me is like as far as winning the championship, but as far as being a roster team, as far as players like Miami Heat. Right now, people before the season like Miami, there was this team's this team's that, but right there they're not performing to their ability. But once the chemistry sets in, blah blah blah, I think that's gonna be a good team to watch and a good team to compete for the Super Bowl. Other than that, I think it's gonna be one of the greatest seasons or exciting seasons so far. And shout out to our girlfriend's brother, Buster Screen, Cleveland Browns. Check him out, number 22, cornerback for the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. So let me ask you another thing that surprised me. I think the Falcons are just like disappointing me. I thought they would be
I don't think so.
Well, I thought they would, at least won a couple, and I didn't think they're going to lose to Chicago.
I mean, well, you talk about, first of all, I don't understand why people were so surprised about Atlanta losing to Chicago when Chicago was the team playing in the NFC Championship, not the Falcons.
Yeah.
So they actually went further than the Falcons in the playoffs. So, in essence, the Falcons had a better regular season record, but Matt Ryan hasn't won a playoff game yet. I mean, Jay Cutler in Chicago is a little different, but I mean, regular season means nothing once the playoff begins.
Right. And
I think the Falcons, as far as this year, it's not a surprise to me because you go back and look at the years where the Falcons did well. They did well. Their strength of schedule was very weak. They have a harder strength of schedule now, and then the problems that they had last year, they didn't address any of that. You go out and you jump the draft and spend money and lottery draft picks or whatever, and you get Julio Jones when your offense, when you had one of the top offenses in the league last year. Your offense wasn't the problem. Your defense and your O-line is the problem, and you didn't address those issues, so you're going to have the same problems, if not more, this year. So I don't think the Falcons was a surprise.
And plus, wasn't that the first game?
Yeah, it was the first game.
Plus,
like, they lost to Tampa Bay last week, though.
I think you're not gonna see a real team to week 6, 7. Right now, you're seeing what the team has potential to be.
Gotcha.
I think the biggest surprise, that's one of the other thing we didn't talk about as far as like surprises. Cam Newton and also all these it's record-setting passing yards going on, and that's another I think effect of the lockout. These offenses I think have the advantage over the defenses right now because it's like the defense are when you're on defense, it's almost like it's a reaction.
Yeah.
You're reacting to what the offense does. So the offense is in essence already has a head start on you at that point. Then you take away the OTAs, the practicing and all of that. These defenses are just, man, everybody's throwing 400 yards a game, 300 yards. I mean, yeah. And I think the league is actually trying to perpetuate that too, as far as like the year of the quarterback, this QBR rating, all these things that's geared towards the quarterback to succeed. So you couple that with no OTAs and all of this. The defense, like you say, mid-season is when they're going to be up to the point where they're trying to lock down and all this other stuff. So it's that, and then the injuries also.
Yeah. Lack of preparation in the offseason, man. They weren't taking it seriously. I think some people were, but
right.
It's unfortunate. I look at the 49ers, man. They got Braylon Edwards. I think he's possibly gone for the season.
Yeah, and that's another thing I don't understand as far as like not the fact of the surgeries these guys are having, but when they're elected to have these surgeries. Now, if you know you need surgery
You should do
at
that.
the end of the year, why do you wait to the beginning of the next year to go ahead and have this surgery? Or you try, Antonio Gates is another one. His foot has been messed up for I don't know how long. Why don't you, as soon as the season's over, the last playoff game,
And
go
especially
get your surgery.
if you hear about the lockout, that's more
Yeah,
time for you to go get surgery.
yeah.
And another thing I'll speak on as far as knew about the NFL is at first I didn't like how they moved the kickoff up.
Yeah.
But now it's
You guys
like
are still bringing it back.
Yeah, it's like you're more excited just to see if they're gonna bring it. It's like more of an excitement factor just to see if they're gonna bring it out and how far they can really go.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I think it's more of an exciting factor. Now.
Yeah, because before you was like, oh, you know he's going to bring it out. Now he's like, man, is he
Now
really
you on the
gonna
edge
try-
of your
is
seat,
he
like
really gonna try to
Randall
bring it out?
Cobb. That was one of the best.
108.
108.
Yeah.
That's long. Is that the long?
That's tied. That's as long as you can go. It's tied with all the others. Oh, and not only that, Janikowski tied the longest kick record with 63 yards.
Well,
So yes.
he's been in the league since what?
Yeah, he's been in it for a while. Yeah.
He's still doing his thing.
Got that trunk foot.
Yeah.
What, we have that boot in it.
Man, I remember him at Florida
Florida
State
State.
kicking like that.
Yeah.